What is going on? Forza Milan, ladies and gentlemen. Laert is here with me. Forza Milan. It is early in the morning here in the west coast of America. How are you doing, Laert?
I'm
How's
really
life?
good. I'm really good. Forza Milan. Yeah, life is going well.
Good.
I'm starting to work out a bit to get in a good shape.
Yeah. Nice.
That's something I want to do this season is play more football. I miss playing football a lot.
Yeah.
I need to get in a good shape,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe I get in the team in the what is it called? The Milan club in London. They have a football team,
Ooh. Oh,
and
dude.
uh, and there is
But
an actual league. There is an actual league when supporters for big clubs they play against each other. So there's Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid. There's all of them.
oh, that is awesome. So there's like a league between like the various clubs, like the Milan club, Paris Saint-Germain club,
Yeah, all of
Man U
them. So
club.
yeah, you play
Oh,
with
that
all
is
the. So
amazing.
you can wear the AC Milan shirt, so you feel like you're an AC Milan player.
Oh, that is amazing.
I'm gonna try to
Oh,
tell them to put me in the squad.
that'll be amazing. Hey, but if you do that, promise me you're gonna vlog that stuff. If the channel
Yeah,
is
definitely. I'm gonna put some GoPros to the field so you can see all the game. Actually, you can do a live
dude,
every time I
the
play.
channel is gonna explode. It's gonna
The
explode.
watch along, so you can guys criticize me
We can do the
for
watch along.
the post match. I can
That'll
do
be
an
amazing.
interview with all the guys at the
Oh,
end.
that'll be great. I really hope you do that. I hope you do that.
It's like a
Um,
Sunday league, so it's fun. Yeah, hopefully.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I've taken a break now from football. It's since COVID started, pretty much. I decided to take a break. So it's what March 1919. That's
Yeah,
when
two
COVID.
years. It's 2 years and something.
Yeah, 2 years, and then I've decided that I'm going to take one more year off, and I'm going to start again in 2023 if COVID is done. If COVID continues, I'm not going. I'm going to start when I'm going to start maybe next year if COVID is done. But if next year COVID is not done, I'm not. I'm just going to wait till COVID is done.
It's
So,
just you have a problem with COVID, or it's just it's not working.
no, no. You know what it is? I mean, like I've been working as a football coach for 10 years, and
Yeah.
and and being on football fields every single day, dealing with so many people, it gets to you, man. It's very stressful. And because music is really my thing, that's what I love doing the most. I've decided just to focus on music and on this channel, when I met Ari. But I just wanted to take a break from coaching, man, because it can really, like, man, you think things get crazy here when we do our lives, but things get really crazy on the training grounds and on the
No,
games. Games are
exactly,
so stressful.
exactly. When I was playing football in Italy, man, in the training ground or in the locker room, things go crazy, because you care about winning, and you're not polite in that moment. You just don't care. You just say whatever things you're thinking at that moment. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I just want to take a break from it. I'm enjoying life right now. I'm happy. I'm happy. At least my football consumption right now has been this channel. So I'm very grateful to Ari, very grateful to you, and to everybody else that is joins us. At least I can release my energy here. So that's really cool. Anyway, before we get started, Larry, I have a bunch of today. I prepared a few videos that we're going to analyze the Maldini interview, because Maldini said some very interesting things. He revealed some very interesting things. And then Pioli, in his post match after the game, he said some very interesting things too. Then guys, Mourinho went crazy after the game. The things he was saying about the VAR. So I haven't look. So yesterday, by the way, I wasn't able to do the watch along because I was busy. As a matter of fact, I missed the first 20-25 minutes of the game, so I didn't see the penalty. But Mourinho was saying that that was not a penalty. So today, we're going to analyze. We're going to see whether or not this is a penalty or not, and we're going to opine on it. Then, as far as the transfer market, there's not much to talk about today. There's a few things, a few elements, and then there's some reactions from the players that I thought were pretty interesting. And then I want to share two plays from Sandro Tonali yesterday that drove me crazy, and I want to see what you guys think about them. All right, so before going doing that, let's say hi to everybody. We got Skillard in the house. Is
What
Skillard
a man.
is Skillard behaving in the WhatsApp chat?
Oh, Skilled man is always on point, man.
Yeah,
He's
he's a professional.
he's he's a professional, man. He's a father, man. It's
Right, true.
no jokes.
He doesn't
Always
mess around.
behaving, man. He's a
Yeah.
leader of the WhatsApp group.
Nice. I love it. We got Joel in the house. What's up, Joel? Laertinho. I want to see this, guys. I want to see. Please make it happen. Please make it
I'm gonna try my best, man. I want to be the Kevin De Bruyne they never had, man. I'm gonna lead them to the title.
happen. Nice. And Skiller does say, please don't be the Krunic of the Milan Club London.
Difficult, man. It's not easy. There's a lot of competition for that.
You're a winger, right? You play on the wing?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna get that fitness anymore to play
Is
in
it-
the wing.
Is it 11v11?
I'm not sure. Probably it's 8 versus 8,
Oh, okay.
but it can be 11. I think 11v11. I don't think it's possible because I saw the squads. They don't look in a great shape. So
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
it's more like something between 11v11 and futsal. So still
Nice.
manageable, but a bit of space.
Yeah, 8 is good. 7v7 is nice. 6v6 is good. It's all fun. More touches,
Yeah,
11
exactly.
11, man, is so much running. Like, there's
It's
so much
tactic,
space.
man. People don't understand, but if you don't have a bit of tactical knowledge, it just is
Oh,
a
yeah.
shitter out.
You're,
It's awful.
you're going to burn yourself out in 20 minutes.
You don't get any ball because everyone is out of position. You get the ball, you don't know where to put the ball because you don't know where other people are. So
Yeah.
if it's not a good team that train together, doesn't make any sense 11v11.
I agree. That is very true. We got DOA. I haven't seen DOA in a while. DOA 74. What's up, my man? We got Carlo Moretti in the house. OG Carlo, siamo qui. Chi cantiamo con il cuor diavolo vinci per noi. What's up? Joel says Lau is going to be a superstar. Most likely, yes. What a great impact he had on the game, huh?
Yeah, man, that's it's good, man. It's good to have. Yesterday we saw that actually the management didn't do a bad transfer market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
saw it yesterday. People were shitting on the management, saying, "Oh, we bought a bunch of idiots."
Yeah.
At the end, it's not so bad because Florenzi played well.
Yeah.
Bakayoko came in and he was important.
Yep.
Messias starting from the
Messias.
beginning was
Wow.
important. Giroud played well. So, and the guys coming from the bench, they were ready to give everything and seal the result. So
Yeah.
that's a great squad, man.
It is. That's why both you and I, Lart, we gave them high marks because we saw the value in what they did. We saw the value in what they did, and this will go into the Maldini thing. Now, guys, I know a lot of us are English speakers here, but the Maldini interview is a short interview. It's 2 minutes. It's in Italian. We'll listen to it, but we're going to translate what he said, and we're going to analyze what he said because he's saying some very interesting things. Okay, let's continue saying hello to everybody. We got Mustafa. What's up, Mustafa? What up? He's at lunch at work, so he's joining in. Kangoo here, man, what a mess. I got some highly important news from my sources. All right, spill the beans, Kangoo, spill the beans. Let's see what Mustafa says. I watched the game during work, so I couldn't pay attention. Really good. Rewatched at home. Man, if it wasn't for Magnan, we would have lost the game. I mean, Magnan did save us, but that game could have ended 6-1, 5-2. That game could have, 2 crossbars, a penalty missed. Magnan did save our ass. Sure, true. What's up, Omari? How you doing? We call Lucas. Lucas is back in action with with his interesting comments as always. Jose is such a B word, always blaming the refs, but never his tactic. His teams got dominated by Milan B. That is true.
That
Roma,
is so true.
that is so true. Roma had
And
their A squad.
exactly. And Mourinho does that just so no one can actually tell him, listen, Roma played like shit yesterday. What's going on here? What are you doing with these guys? So he goes to the talks on the interview about the refs. So no one asks him any questions about what are you doing with Zaniolo? Why Zaniolo is not managing to have some goals and assists in your team? Why Tammy Abraham he had half chance during the whole game? Because that is Mourinho. He's a finished manager. He's a finished manager. He's finished. Cannot coach me at the Milan club in London because he doesn't know what to tell me. Imagine coaching professional players. Anyway,
yeah, he had some interesting words about AC Milan. Huh? He said, obviously now it's all over the internet. He said that Milan asked him if he wanted to coach for the team 3 years ago. He said it took 3 days for him to think about it, and then he is proud to have said no. Dude, he's bitter. The man is bitter.
You know why I say that? You know why I say that?
Why?
Because at a certain point during the game, the Curva Sud started to sing for like a good 2 minutes. Mourinho uomo di merda, uomo di merda. And I loved it because I think they did it in a moment when they wanted a penalty. I think the Zaniolo penalty which was not a penalty, and Mourinho was asking for a penalty.
Never.
And the Curva Sud got so pissed and they started to sing against him, and I loved it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And it was like kind of saying, "Oh, you know what? Your club wanted me 3 years ago, man. Thank God you said no. Thank God we dodged that bullet."
Yeah. No, Mourinho is not the kind of team, is not the kind of coach that is adaptable to the way Milan wants to play. Like we need we need coaches that like to play football, that like to play offensive football, that like to keep the ball, that like to be inventive, right? Saki was inventive. Capello wasn't that inventive, but he was maybe Capello is our Mourinho, but he was very successful with Milan. What he did with Milan was quite incredible. Capello turned out to be quite a defensive coach in the end, but with Milan, he played quite offensively. But even Ancelotti, super offensive, and now Pioli doing a great job. Mourinho is not the coach for Milan. Never will be, never should be. And he has said it. He has said it. He's proud to have not chosen Milan. We are happy that you did not choose us. Actually, we criticize the management for even asking you to be our coach.
Exactly. I'm gonna send a personal email to Maldini and tell him, what the fuck, man.
Yeah, that guy. If you lose 2 times during one season, then you cannot blame the refs. There got to be something wrong with your tactics. Yeah, 100%. We got Anwar in the house. Roma fans are wired, guys. They would watch a different sport, honestly. They actually believe they played better and the ref was harsh on them rather than criticizing their own coach and players. Yeah, they're definitely very, very bitter. But anyway, I want to analyze that moment to see whether or not it was a penalty or not. Because honestly, guys, we have been in this situation as well. We have been in the situation where the ref has made these decisions where we weren't happy with what the ref said. So we've been in the same boat. We've also experienced that. It's not something that only other teams experience. So I want to see if there was any legitimacy. I want to see what the chat thinks. I want to see what you think. All right, Lyot, let's get started. The first thing I want to do today is Maldini. Did you see his post-match interview, by the way?
Yeah, I saw his interview on Dazan. Yeah, you're talking about.
Well, I'm not sure. Probably.
Yeah, it was Barzagli asked him a question, and I think even I don't remember the name of the woman that is running the live at that moment, but she asked a question about Boatman as well.
Yes.
And what type of signing we're doing. So it's that interview. I like the way Maldini answers. I'm totally with him on this.
Yes,
I really think he's 100% right on that.
Yes, yeah. So we're going to look at this interview. It's in Italian. It's a short interview. We're going to translate, but he says some very interesting things that I think we really need to talk about. Okay, so let's get it going.
Qualche giocatore come gli anni in cui dominavate voi, qualcuno di pesante, o invece rimane sempre per adesso la vostra idea?
What happened, man? Another advertising?
Di far crescere i giovani e di trovare comunque in qualche colpo di mercato sempre dei ragazzi giovani che possono essere poi in futuro dei grandi talenti.
Okay, so Barzagli here is asking him, is talking about, the approach they have taken to the mercato. So are you guys going to be looking for more young players to grow? Because Barzagli was complimenting Maldini, telling him, you guys are doing a great job at getting these young players and turning them into champions. So basically the question is, are you going to keep on going along this line, right, of mercato?
Ma guarda, l'anno scorso ho provato, no, a spingere un po' l'idea di poter arrivare al titolo, e sinceramente era un po' un azzardo, ma nel calcio, nella vita, a volte, soprattutto nello sport, molte volte devi cercare di mirare al massimo, solo così, solo avendo gli obiettivi molto grandi puoi arrivare al tuo massimo. Quest'anno naturalmente all'inizio dell'anno io ridevo perché comunque non ci davano neanche tra le prime 4, io sapevo che eravamo più forti l'anno scorso, anche perché i giocatori giovani dell'anno scorso quest'anno non hanno in più di esperienza, quindi è chiaro che un miglioramento ci doveva essere.
That's funny. I want to comment on that. So basically what Maldini is saying here, that he even though last year believing in the Scudetto was a little bit of an exaggeration, but he did try and push the idea that they could have won the Scudetto last year, even though he knew, but it was a little bit of an exaggeration. But then he says that he finds it interesting and funny that many people did not even see AC Milan in the top 4. And then he responds to him saying that to himself. He's saying that he knew that this year Milan was going to be better because they were all youngsters with one more year experience and the team was going to be better. I feel like a lot of people just don't understand this concept.
Because a lot of people, they never played football in a way, in that age, you know what I mean? In 11 versus 11, they never played football at that age, at the age of 20, age of 15, 16, 17, where it's a competitive football. Now you are young and you want to try to become a professional player. And they don't understand that actually in that age, every week you improve, every month you get better, physically, tactically, technically. If you give the ball to a 20 years old kid and you tell him you have to play with this ball 4 hours a day, he's going to get good at playing with that ball. I saw with my eyes, for example, Gattuso. He came really young at AC Milan. He was so bad with the ball. With the years, he got better and better. And he actually was able to actually pass the ball and play at the highest level. And he actually won a World Cup, man. You cannot win a World Cup not knowing how to pass the ball.
Right. Yeah. And the 3 Champions League finals, he won 2 Champions League finals. But yeah, I mean, and this is something that a lot of us said on this channel too. We saw how young this team was, and we realized that this team, these youngsters, the margin of growth is incredible, and the results they're acquiring right now is pretty amazing. Imagine how these guys are not done getting better. We're still in the beginning of their journey. So it's coming from the mouth of the guy that is behind the scenes, the guy that is pulling the strings. He's saying it. He knew this team was going to be better. He knew that everybody was going to grow, and he's surprised that people didn't even think that they put him in the top 4. But of course, we got to keep it that way. Anyway, let's keep on going because then he talks a little bit about the mercato.
Quello che riguarda il futuro del Milan, io l'ho detto recentemente, non possiamo pensare purtroppo, e dico purtroppo al Milan di Berlusconi, perché Berlusconi prendeva i migliori calciatori al mondo e invece questo Milan deve essere sostenibile, quindi vi dico solamente di non aspettarvi dei colpi, insomma, da parecchi milioni.
Okay, all right. So right there. So basically, then he kind of answers the question that Barzagli asked him regarding the players. So he says, look, do not expect this Milan to be like the Milan of Berlusconi. Berlusconi was buying the best players in the world. Our project, our ambitions in this Milan club is different. The main project is to create a sustainable club, a club that sustains itself. And this is the direction the club is taking. So we're not going to get, so do not expect huge players, huge names, but it's going to be creating a project, a team that pays for itself, a team that eventually can get to the point where they can get the best players. So I like that. I like that, because that means that you're going to have a solid future if it can achieve that, and we're not going to be we're not going to be, let's say, limited by what a man wants to spend, but it's the club. The club is going to generate its own money, and with its own money, it's going to buy what it needs to buy. So what did you think about this statement?
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree with this idea of how to manage a club. Should be like this, should be normal, I think. And yeah, I'm happy with that, because I really believe with the football knowledge Maldini and Massara as they have, is it's easy to achieve results if you spend less than actually if you spend a lot. Because big stars, they are a problem. They have big egos. They want other things around them, and sometimes they are tactically not easy to convince to follow a project. But with young players or with real men, you can actually achieve results. And when he says we're not going to spend a lot, that means they're never going to spend 100, 120 million. But I believe they can spend 30, 40, 50 million if they need one piece to complete the puzzle. So yeah, I totally agree with that. And Milan is going to grow in revenue. So that's not spending a lot is going to be still a lot. It's going to be still 40, 50 million. So if we spend 70 million every summer, I'm happy. I love that. It's not a lot. It's not crazy money. It's not like Arsenal spent 440 million or other teams spent 200 million. But with 70 million, we consistently, in 2-3 years, we can challenge for Champions League, for Serie A, win Serie A's. And it's not a lot of money. That's the money Aston Villa spends or other teams like this.
Right.
We can do that.
I mean, Bayern, we said it before. Bayern is a great example. But yeah, so this is the direction the club is going. Is sustainability. That's the main subject, sustainability. And speaking of, we kind of touched on this yesterday. Look at Kalulu. At Kalulu. I mean, Kalulu from the Primavera of what is it? Lyon? Was it Lyon?
Lyon, yeah, I think it was Lyon. And
I mean,
$500,000, man.
$500,000. This player has to be worth what, 5 million now? 6, 7 million?
No, he's like a 15 million, 20 million. If we want a guy that is 22 and he plays for a middle table in Premier League or in Italy, you have to pay 20 million. A good defender that plays for Sassuolo, you have to pay 20 million.
Yeah.
You cannot get him for less. So why Kalulu for AC Milan, 21, playing Champions League football, playing in Serie A as a starter a lot of times, why should be valued less than 20 million?
I mean, you have a good point. You do have a good point. But I mean, look at that operation. How great was that operation? How amazing was Kalulu yesterday? And he's had so many great games this season. This player, this was the work of these individuals here that have this goal that was given to them by the higher ups, and they're doing it greatly. I'm so impressed with the work they're doing. Leao, they bought him for 30 million or something like that, right? He's not worth 30 million today. He's worth much more. Everybody is growing in value, pretty much. All the players that this management purchased or was able to get, they're all growing in value. Tonali growing in value. Salamakers, obviously, super growing because he was paid so cheap, growing in value. All of these players, Theo Hernandez, Benacer, Kessie, all of them. So yeah, I'm very excited with where this is going. I really hope they can keep it up, and I really hope they can achieve their objectives. Okay, now we're going to get back into this, but before that, we do have Alan says we won't get Vlahovic then. Are we going to get Vlahovic?
I don't know. I don't think. First of all, I don't think Vlahovic wants to play for Milan. Probably he doesn't want to play for Milan.
I'm not getting
because
that
if he wants to play for Milan, it can happen easily. He can just say, Maldini, I want to play for Milan. I'm happy to accept a 3 million contract. So just make an offer to Fiorentina. They have to accept it because that's what I want. I'll make a 40 million offer and Vlahovic is going to move to Milan. But clearly Vlahovic doesn't want to play for Milan. His agent doesn't want Milan, probably. There's a lot of people behind him that don't want Milan. So that's the only way for us to get players like Vlahovic. It's for them to want to play for Milan.
Right.
The same thing happened with Haaland for Borussia Dortmund. Haaland, the agent, his father wanted him to move to Borussia Dortmund at that age because they knew that is the right team for him. And Vlahovic has to make that decision. Is the right team for him to go to City, Arsenal, United, Barcelona, Juventus, Milan? He has to make that decision. Bayern Munich, whatever. PSG. Right. So he has to make that decision.
I am, you know what? I know this might not be very popular, but I would like to sign the next Vlahovic. You know, it would be nice to do that. Hopefully we can do that. But it is true. As far as right now, the messaging doesn't seem like Vlahovic is interested in Milan. True. Here, interesting question here, and then we'll get back to the Maldini interview. RossonARI TV question: has Gabbia redeemed himself? Gabbia yesterday had a good game, I think. He didn't have the impact that Kalulu had. Has he redeemed? I never really thought Gabbia was a bad player. I never thought he needed to redeem himself, to be honest with you. But I'm really happy that the team won yesterday because it makes Gabbia look good. I think he's another one of our prospects. Also, he had an interview yesterday saying about how the team is always loves him. All the players love him and they support him and they're always helping him. So, that showed a lot of good chemistry in the team. Gabbia is a valuable player in this team, and yesterday he showed it. What are your opinions, Larry?
I never doubted Gabbia. What I doubted, I was doubting people that were asking why Romagnoli is playing and not Gabbia. And the people that were doubting Pioli's decision, thinking Pioli is an idiot, that is letting in the bench a good players to play a bad player. No, Pioli makes the best decision for Milan and for himself as well. And to win games, and you have Romagnoli or Gabbia to choose, you choose Romagnoli. I'm sorry, guys. Even if Gabbia is a good player and he can play, if Romagnoli is injured or not available, Gabbia can play. I know that. But if you have Romagnoli available, you play Romagnoli. Sorry, guys. You have to make that thing.
Yeah. So here, you do have some people saying that he had a terrible game and whatnot. But actually, I was watching Gabbia and he did have that one moment where Zaniolo was able to run at him, and then what's his name, Tonali recovered. But okay, so Gabbia set up that third goal, right? As Skillard is saying. What I remember from Gabbia is that he was extremely organized. He was every pass. He was always in the right position, and every pass he did was perfect. Like, he never put anybody in danger. All the passes he did were functional to the play, and that's what he's very good at playing football. Playing simple football. But playing simple football is not so simple. Okay, because a lot of players would probably do the wrong pass and put your teammate in a compromised position, then they lose the ball. But Gabbia is very smart. He's very intelligent with the ball. Unfortunately, last season he was great. There was you can't say anything negative about Gabbia from last season. This season he had a few games where he was unlucky, so now people are doubting him. But I think this player is very valuable.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we're looking for a center back, because we want Gabbia to play every week. So the master plan of Maldini is to, okay, I didn't have money at this moment, so Gabbia was good as a second choice, But now actually I have some money. I have some some attraction so I can actually ask other players to come and play for AC Milan. And actually I can send Gabbia to a Serie A team to play every game, every week. And Gabbia can become a starter maybe in 2-3 years playing every game.
Yeah.
Can come back at AC Milan and be my first choice or second choice, and I don't need to buy a player in the future. So that's what they're doing with Gabbia. That's what they're doing with Maldini as well. They need replace a second choice for Diaz, but they don't have the money to buy that second choice. So they keep Maldini. As soon as they have the money, Maldini can go on loan and become the player he's meant to become. Yeah. It's just a slow process when you don't have money. It takes years.
Takes years, yeah. And Maldini, by the way, has been given, at least for a few reports that have been coming out, there is somewhat of a green light for him to go out on loan. That'll be good for him. Now, question here. So we have a question here. We have a few. I have a question for you, Lart, and then I want to get to this question too, and then we'll get to Maldini. My question to you is: Kalulu yesterday showed very okay. Let's be honest. He did have one mistake that almost led to a goal. All right, when he miscontrolled the ball, Zaniolo got that ball. Then Mike Maignan, Florenzi kind of covered it, and Mike Maignan had a great save. But aside from that, Kalulu for me yesterday was amazing. Can Kalulu be this defender that we're looking for? Or
He should be. But Pioli knows more than me about football, and Maldini as well, more than me about defending and how to become a great defender. So Pioli actually said something really interesting yesterday. That Pioli said that Kalulu is ready to play in a defense of 3. He's perfect for that. Yes. He's still not ready to play as a center back of 2. And that is, Pioli is the most knowledgeable manager we could have get because he understands football perfectly. So he knows I can count on Kalulu one game sometimes when I don't have the center back. But I cannot count for an entire season because he's going to let me down because he's still not ready to play alone in a defense of 4. But on defense of 3, he can play easily because he's covered from the right wing and the center defender as well. Yeah, and that is true. It's actually true. So what they want to do, they want to develop Kalulu to become good as a right back and good as a center back, so they can have options. Yeah, they don't want to limit Kalulu from the young age to be just a center back. They want to grow him at that level. So in the future, if you get another manager, you can play at 3 defense or you can play at 4. Yeah, and that is good. That's good for me. Yeah. But the future is not here. It's not this moment. Milan needs to win titles, so you need a center back that comes and starts.
Right. And I love that you mentioned that because I wanted to bring that up. Pioli said that. But Pioli, in his opinion, Kalulu's best position is pretty much that hybrid position of right back and center back in a defensive 3 on the right. That was so awesome that he said that. I love that you brought that up. Lart. Sempre preparato, Lart. Sempre preparato. Always prepared. Yeah. What's this? You boys wanted also for a guy called Kamisia from the Russian league, including you, Roy. We haven't forgotten. Who the hell is Kamisia?
The guy that was ready to win a Ballon d'Or, the Georgian guy.
No, that guy's name is Varashkelia.
But he knows.
I still want that player, by the way, but I don't know who Kamisia is. Maybe maybe who he means. All right, man. These so many awesome questions coming in. It's okay. Let's do this. This is a good question here. Our Pit says, "Do you need to sign Florenzi permanently? What do you think?"
Yeah, we're gonna sign him permanently. It's no brainer. You know what I mean? It's costing like 1 million, 2 million to buy him or something like that.
I think it's 5.
Okay, 5 million to buy him, and his salary probably is happy to sign a 3 million salary.
Yeah,
for for his age, probably he's looking for a 3 years deal.
Mm.
And I wouldn't be surprised with Florenzi if he actually signs for less than 3 million as a contract. You know what I mean? Because he's a guy that wants to play football. He wants to be part of a team that is fighting for something important. He's never moved for money. I can see him. He doesn't play for money. Of course, he wants to get paid, but
Yeah.
So I think it's a great deal because Calabria is gonna get injured anyway, 1 or twice a season, or let's say once a season.
Right.
And he needs to rest in a lot of games to play more important games.
Yep.
So it's the perfect profile to let Calabria still grow and become a better player. And he can actually play a bit more forward as well. So you can have Kalulu playing that position. He's the right man for us. He's intelligent. He doesn't want to be a star. He just wants to help out.
Yeah,
So I will sign him.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't have said any better. Literally, I wouldn't have said any better. I definitely agree. Arpit says 4 million. Yeah, it's cheap. Well, relatively cheap, and super professional. And you're right. He doesn't create chaos in the locker room. He doesn't. You're never gonna see him in the newspapers saying I want more minutes, etc., etc., etc. Okay, let's keep on going with the Maldini theme because he did say some very very interesting things, but I'm sure we are going to talk about.
Cercheremo di essere sempre sostenibili perché questa è la missione che è stata data al nostro proprietario.
So sustainability is the mission that Elliot has given to Maldini. That's what he said there.
Ecco, sostenibilità si scontra con le richieste dell'Ille per Botman in questo momento. Ieri non è un mistero, ne ha parlato anche Pioli, con l'infortunio di Kier magari servirebbe un giocatore bravo dell'1 contro 1 difensivo che sappia anche impostare. Il Milan aveva individuato questo profilo e a che punto è, se c'è un'apertura in questo mercato di gennaio per portarlo.
Okay, so the question is, so the mission is sustainability. So does this mean that Botman is a realistic target, or does this mission of sustainability, does this neglect AC Milan's ability to be strong in the market and go for someone like Botman, pretty much? Okay, let's see what he says.
Qui a Milano.
Botman è un bravissimo calciatore che naturalmente è di proprietà dell'Il, quindi è un contratto fino al 2024. Naturalmente non è l'unico bravo, ci sono altri giocatori disponibili, forse l'unica necessità proprio adesso, a causa comunque dell'infortunio di Simon, è proprio quella di un difensore. Poi se faremo un difensore in prestito per 6 mesi o una soluzione definitiva anche per i prossimi anni, si dovrà comunque valutare in base naturalmente al prezzo del calciatore stesso e anche al tipo di giocatore che individueremo.
Grazie.
Okay, so he's saying that Botman is definitely someone that they're interested in. So there you go, guys. It's not a rumor. It's not a rumor anymore. It's coming out from the mouth of the guy in charge. So Botman is definitely the guy that they're going for. Now, obviously, he's saying, yeah, the mission is sustainability. We're going to see if this is going to be possible, whether it's a loan or it's going to be permanent deal. But he's also saying there are other players that there are other good defenders that they're going to go for. Botman seems to be the main man in the list. So we'll see. He did say that the defender is what we're going to be looking for this January because of the Kjaer situation. So yeah, it's all to be seen. But again, guys, the messaging is sustainability. It's not we're going to splash the cash. So be ready for to all the AC Milan fans out there. Know this. You got to know this about where our club is. So don't get angry because the club isn't spending all this money. That's not the mission of the club. The mission of the club is sustainability. What are your opinions on what Maldini said here, Larry?
So the way I interpret what Maldini said is that the Botman deal is not going to happen because he said Botman è un bravissimo giocatore. That means that he's good, but it's not like the only one. And he said like him, there is others that are good like him. So clearly he's not seeing the thing possible in January. And after he says we can be ready to get a guy from 6 months on loan or actually a definitive solution. So I would say to AC Milan support, get ready because it's gonna be Godin on 6 months loan, or
Acerbi.
or a Cherby in 6 months loan. I don't think a Cherby, because I don't think a Cherby has that 1v1 that
I
Pioli
hope not.
wants.
I hope not. I really don't. I really don't hope. I
So
really hope Acerbi doesn't come.
yeah, so I would say that, or after the Kalulu Gabbia performance, they can actually say, you know what, fuck it, let's keep Kalulu as our fourth center back. Let's not spend. But I know what they want to do. They want to get a guy that, if Tomori gets a yellow, and I don't know, Romagnoli is injured, so you have to play Gabbia and Kalulu. You still need a body in the bench. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
need a guy that even if he's gonna play 2 games in these 6 months of loan, or 2 appearances, you still need that body. You know what I mean? It cannot be a Primavera guy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you are one man down, you need to put a center back, and it has to be an experienced player that is not going to run a lot, but he knows what to do in the pit. So I think a Godin type of situation can be possible, and I don't mind at all. But I don't think Botman is happening.
So Godin got released. So Godin right now is not. He doesn't have a contract with any teams. Is this true?
No, the Cagliari told them to find the club, and they can leave for free.
Okay.
So
yeah, it is. What Larry is saying is true. You know, so we can't expect fireworks. You know, they might happen, but you know, that's not where this club is right now. So we still have to be patient. But again, the club is doing such a great job in building a strong team. Okay, Larry, let's go to this right here. I know yesterday you spoke very well about Theo Hernandez, and even though in the past you have been very critical of him, I don't know if things have changed, but you know, his Instagram post with him, the captain, he looks serious. Like you said, he doesn't look like a DJ anymore. He looks like a professional football player now with his hair. He looked like a professional yesterday. He looked like he played focused, he was balanced, he defended, he attacked, the armband gave him responsibility, and then he says this: proud to be a Rossonero, a nice winning start of 2020. What does this tell you, man? To me, this tells me that this player loves this club, and it makes me hope that when that contract renewal comes, he's going to say, yes, I want to stay at Milan. I want to make my name here at Milan, at least for the next 10 years. Who knows? But this is the feeling I'm getting. Obviously, I'm not going to bank on that because we've seen that banking on that kind of stuff is futile in this moment. But I like where the direction is going. Great game from Theo Hernandez. Great post the next day. Captain armband looks good in him. He did a great job. What do you think?
For me, says nothing. Words says nothing to me. Action says. Calabria signed a $2.5 million contract. Tonali got a lower contract to stay at AC Milan. So sign a contract, man. Sign a $3 million deal, not a $5 million. You really want to be an AC Milan legend? Sign a $3 million deal. That is actions. I don't care what he's saying, man.
Does it not give you any positivity at all far as
nothing at all? If I don't see a contract signed, for me, nothing.
Yeah, it gives me a little bit of hope, maybe. I think he liked it. I think he liked the responsibility. I think he liked being the captain of the team. So, you know, maybe I'm being overly, you know, positive, but I have a good feeling about this, guys. I have a good feeling. I hope it's going to work out. Let's see. Carlos says it's all talk, Roy. These players have no love for the club, just the money. Now, this is the thing that I'm going to be waiting for. This is what I'm going to be waiting for. I want to see how the players that were signed by this administration react to the contract renewals, because we saw that the Fassone, Mirabelli players, all of those players, their intentions are completely different. Their motivations are completely different. So now the next phase of the contract renewals is going to be the players that were signed by the Maldini and Masara administration. So I want to see what that brings. I want to see if these players have a different, let's say, relationship with the club, a different relationship with the management. I want to see. I want to be pleasantly surprised. And this just gave me a little spark of joy when I saw this. Theo doesn't need to sign a contract right now. He's with us till 2024. Right. I think his contract. I think they have been talking about renewing his contract. They need to do it before 2024. Next year, 20.
No. Can I interrupt you here?
Yeah, go ahead.
He needs to sign a contract because he's earning less of the offer we're giving. So technically, from the 1st of June, he's going to earn more if he signs a renewal now. So that's the things. You don't want to earn more, but you love this club, and you are not renewing the contract. So what is the point here? So just sign that contract, man. We gave you a raise. Get the raise and stay at Milan. Why is not doing that? So I'm done with words, man. I want action. Leao, I want action.
No, it's totally understandable. We're
offering him a 4 million net contract. It's 8 million gross for us in the balance sheet.
Right.
You want that contract? Sign it. If not, just words for me. You can leave next summer for a 60 million fee.
Totally. Look, I know that especially what is happening with Kessie right now, it's devastating. It is absolutely devastating. What happened with Donnarumma for many of us was devastating. For some of us with Çalhanoğlu, that was bad too, because some of us really like Çalhanoğlu. So I know there's a sense of, we're tired of words. We want action. Let's see. I'm really curious. I don't want to commit to thinking that Theo is going to be like these other players. I want to see. Let's see. Let's hope for the best. Let's really hope for the best. Okay, Laird, let's go to Mourinho and let's see what the hell that whole goal thing was about. Did you see the play in real time?
What do you mean? Yeah, I saw the game live.
Okay, so now when this happened on the pitch, I didn't see it. So guys, what we're going to do now, we're going to analyze the moment that Abraham touched the ball with his hand, and we're going to see whether or not this was supposed to be a penalty or not. Because Mourinho, after the post in his post-match interview, he was quite adamant in saying that the VAR gave this game to Milan. He said the VAR wanted ha fatto il fenomeno, ha dato la partita a Milan. So he heavy accusations. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, we got our methods here to avoid the copyrights. Let's see.
This is Wix.
Okay, we're going to wait for the commercials. Oh. All right, here we go. Let's see, guys. Let's see. So it was the corner kick right here. Let's do this. Let's put quality so we can see clearly. Let's go forward. And let's hope this thing works. Mourinho was always going to complain, to be honest. His shit tactics gave us the game, not VAR Mourinho. Gigio Hakan, I'm waiting for this to work. Gigio Hakan, Kessie, and Romagnoli, 4 players last for free in 2 summers. Not good business by the club. But we will see, guys. I want to see what happens with these Maldini players. All right, so this is the moment right here. So right away, I do see a deflection here, like right there.
Yeah, he touches with his hands, man, and his hands is far away from his body, so it's a penalty. I don't care. He's stupid. We got a penalty.
Now,
It doesn't mean.
Mourinho was saying
Yeah.
that it wasn't. He didn't like there was. It wasn't clear. It wasn't an obvious touch. So right there,
I don't care. Listen, if it just touches slightly, I don't care. It's still touching it. Or you touch it or you don't touch it, not how much you touch the ball.
So right
and
here,
he's
right
trying. He's trying. Oh, look.
So his hand is obviously extended. His hand is obviously extended. So that is definitely his hand is not attached to the body. Let's see if I can stop it right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally trying to stop the ball with his hand there.
He's an idiot, man. Are we not gonna get a penalty because he's an idiot? Rules are rules. You touch the ball with your hands in the box, it's a penalty. I really don't care. It doesn't need to be a reason like, oh, the shoot was shit. He's not going to score anyway. No, I don't care. Don't touch the ball with your hand.
Yeah, I mean, to me, just look, his hand. If he wanted to avoid the penalty, he should have first of all put his hand close to his body, closed it up, and now maybe it's a really small, slight deflection, and that's what they're saying. Mattia De Micheli Vitturi, addirittura un italiano. The best view to see the deflection is from behind the goalkeeper. Tammy should have kept his arms next to his torso, but he didn't. Referee had no choice because his hand is in a unnatural position. Guys, by the way, like this video, guys. Like the video. Help us like the video, guys.
And subscribe. Mattia, you're
subscribe.
new, I know. So just subscribe right away.
Subscribe and like. Mo was just bitching. This is so obviously a penalty they should use to teach new refs. Definitely a penalty, no question. Don't be stupid. It's easy as that. Yes. Yeah. I think if this was a Milan player and he did this, I would be criticizing my player rather than the referee because it is obvious he's trying to block the ball with his extended
Imagine
arm.
Mourinho being on the other side. A Milan player does that. What he's going to say?
Right, exactly. He's gonna complain if he didn't get the penalty, he would be complaining.
Yeah, or he wouldn't be saying, "Oh, that's not a penalty. We got lucky. We got that type of penalty." So shut up, Mourinho. Seriously, man. I can't believe people still listen to what Mourinho is saying.
The deflection is super slight, but even if it slightly touches, it is such a slight deflection.
It is a deflection. You see, that's the thing.
Yeah. You see the ball touches forearm first, actually, right there. You see where the white tape is?
Yeah.
So it touches his forearm right there.
He's trying. You know what he's trying? He's trying to
right there
to get it with his chest, but he realized that the ball is getting, how you call it in English, effetto. He's bending a lot, the ball, and quite fast. So he misjudged the situation. He thought that I'm gonna stop it with the chest. The ball was bending quite quick, and he's just stupid. Just get away of the ball.
Yeah. Ollie says, Matthias says, "What's up, Felix? How you doing, my man?" Matthias says, "Mourinho always defends his players, even when they do some." It is true. Mourinho is great at defending his players. That is actually very true. Mourinho is very good at deflecting responsibility away from his players and giving it to the referee or whatever. He's always been this kind of coach that likes to deflect responsibility away from his team. The one time he didn't do that was brutal when they lost 6-2 against Bodo Glimt. Man, he destroyed his team. That was very, 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 very unusual from Mourinho. But it is true. He likes to deflect a lot. Yeah, to me, this is a penalty, guys. Okay, it's not a super penalty. It's not like, 100%. It's not like, but you look at this, the arm is extended. There's a slight touch. There is a slight deflection. It's minimal, but we have seen lesser infractions been given penalties. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, Laert. So this was 100% a penalty, yeah? We have decided.
Yes,
So,
100%.
so Mourinho is just being a little
Bitch.
bitch.
What is being?
Not really. I think Mourinho has no problem throwing his players under the bus. Yeah, he definitely threw his players under the bus when they played against Bodo Glimt, 100%. Could never be my number 9. Abraham, really? Would you not have gotten Abraham? Now that I've seen Abraham play, and I like him. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Osimhen. He's got that ability. He likes to play for the team. He likes to sacrifice himself for the team. I like those kind of strikers. Technically, he's nothing great, but he scored the goal. A nice deflection. He almost scored just before that with another deflection. Magnan had that amazing save, that incredible reflex save. As a matter of fact, we should probably talk a little bit about Magnan before we get into this Tonali thing, because Tonali too, oh my God, yesterday those two players were incredible. Roy, that was his B team. Oh yeah, against Bodo Glimt. Guys, like yesterday in the post-match, I said that Magnan is the best goalkeeper I've ever seen. Okay? I know that's an exaggeration. I get it. But the saves he does, the technique that this guy deploys when he makes his saves is out of this world. I would have never expected this player to be this good. You know, I don't miss Donnarumma at all. I'm happier that we have this player. I think this player, he's got an attitude that is amazing. His charisma is incredible. The confidence he gives to the defense is out of this world. His reflexes are incredible. His saves are all top class. This is a gem. We bought a diamond. Another amazing operation from Maldini. Maldini is brilliant at what he does. Lard, any words for Magnan?
No, I knew that he was good, because you don't win a league by accident. You know what I mean? Whatever the league is, if it's French or Dutch league or whatever, as a goalkeeper you must be good if you want to win the league. And the French league is the league that PSG is playing, so it's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
So definitely you are a good goalkeeper. And I was surprised about his feet. He's amazing with his feet.
Yeah, his feet.
He is a proper regista. You have an extra player to play with the ball.
True.
And so the players that play forward, but for the other team, they need to press an extra player to try to get the ball, and that is massive when you build your game. And I just like the guy. I think he's getting better and better with technique as a goalkeeper. Yeah. I think Dida is training him to get more refined and more polished as a goalkeeper. On the mental side, we realized from game 1 that he was a leader. He was ready. Talking with the defenders, not even knowing Italian, telling everyone what to do. He talks to the midfielders. He tells Benacer what to do with the ball. So he's a leader on that side. So technique, you can improve it. The mental aspect and all these other things, the physical aspect, you have to have those things.
Yeah, this guy is incredible, man. I would have never imagined. I was so angry and disappointed when we got Mike Magnan. Obviously, I had no idea what he was like. I had no idea what kind of player he was. I knew that statistically his stats were best, some of the best in Europe. So that gave me a little bit of but I didn't know what kind of person he was. This guy here is maybe one of the best purchases I've seen this club do in a long time. I was so surprised. Lucas does say it was mostly Moncada. Moncada, obviously, he works in the French league a lot, being French. And rumor was Moncada wants to leave. So, like you had mentioned this the other day, what's going on with Moncada? You know something about Moncada, right?
By the way, I follow him on LinkedIn as well. So,
okay.
one of these days, I'm gonna text him just to compliment him. Actually, if he changes jobs and he goes to another club, I'm just gonna compliment him for his great job and thank him. Yeah, I think he wants to become a sport director. You know, that is the next step after you or work for a sport director directly, like Massara is doing with Maldini, you know. So I think that is his next step, and he cannot do that at AC Milan because that position is taken by Maldini and Massara.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for him. I hope he finds a great club so he can develop as a sport director, become a better manager. So yeah, I hope he finds that position he wants. I really thank him for the great job he's done, because even for the player we didn't get and he proposed, still that is an amazing job. You try to find players.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get another guy that is an expert in France, like he is.
Yeah, France is paying off.
Yeah, France is an incredible place too. France, Netherlands, Belgium league. You know, those leagues are the best to find talent at the moment, because
these youngsters don't cost anything, and they're all future superstars.
yeah, they don't earn crazy money. They don't have for them. AC Milan is a big club like Real Madrid and Barcelona. Is not for a guy that plays for Sassuolo. No, Juventus is a big club. Lazio is a big club. Whatever, Inter is a big club. But for them, AC Milan is a bigger club. So you can convince them quickly to sign for us. And they are not in the radar of clubs like Man City, Man United, or
Right.
Real Madrid, because they go for big fish, for expensive players. So I think we need an expert in that, in those leagues.
Yeah. I'm so surprised at how good the scouting department has been. It's incredible. It's really incredible. It's incredible. Too much positivity, Larry. We're too positive today. We're too positive. All this positivity maybe is anti-karma. But let's look at this here, because the next guy I wanted to talk about was Tonali. Tonali had an amazing performance here. How would you rate our midfield play against Roma in absence of Kessie and Benacer? Is Tonali ready to be the pivot of Milan midfield on a consistent basis? Okay, I'll go first. My answer is really fast. I think Tonali is ready to take Kessie's spot. He's ready to be the next Kessie. He's so young. He's only 21. I think he just turned 22, but he's somewhere around there. And it is Kessie is 24, 25, right? So look at Tonali when he's going to be Kessie's age, what kind of player he can be. When Kessie was Tonali's age, Kessie was not as good as Tonali. He was not as good. I always thought that, look, I know that this is something that a lot of Milan fans don't share with me, because I've spoken to many Milan fans. When I first saw Kessie, I thought this guy was a superstar. I was like, yes. Out of all the players that Milan bought in that era, Kessie was the superstar. I wanted to see Kessie for the rest of my life in AC Milan. Tonali, technically at this age, is better than Kessie. Now, Kessie, the thing about Kessie that makes Kessie very special is that the guy never gets injured. His work rate is incredible. He plays for the team. He can really become a leader. I think Tonali can become that player. I think Tonali is the player that can take Kessie's role. And then I want to talk a little bit about him later. But in the absence of Kessie and Benacer, I think yesterday showed that the team can produce, but that was just one game. Let's see what else happens. Take it away, Larry. What do you think?
He's young, so people need to not expect him to play like this every game. So what I mean is that he's gonna have some okay games, some bad games as well, and that is normal. But yeah, at the age of Kessie, he can be better than Kessie. I believe with that, because I saw some stuff he did yesterday that I didn't see before, and he's improving a lot. He just needs to feel important. I think he was really insecure the first season. He was really insecure because it's AC Milan. I need to get, to be good because they're not gonna buy me and stuff like that. We bought him, so now he feels more relaxed. And actually, I want to say thank you to Pioli, because Pioli always put him in the pitch. Serie A games, Pioli always picks him to start. And if he doesn't pick him, it's just because he needs to rest and play the game after. So Pioli really bet all his card on him, all his money on him, and said Tonali is starting every game. So Pioli is doing an amazing job with him. I think the season we can see Tonali being an important player for us is going to be next season. Because Kessie is not going to be there. And he's going to be one of the most senior player in that midfield. It sounds weird, but yes, it's going to be his third season at AC Milan. The new guys like Adli, Pobega, they're going to be his first season for them.
That's
so
crazy.
They're going to be a bit.
That's crazy.
A bit like not scared, but adaptation. And Tonali has to be the leader and play every week at the highest level. So next year is going to be his year, and we're going to see incredible Tonali. I hope Benacer plays more this second half of the season. So it's kind of because I feel Tonali Benacer can be a great combo in that midfield. But Kessie being around is a problem, man, because Kessie is going to steal minutes from Benacer. That's the problem. And I really want Kessie to leave now in January. Or Pioli to say, you know what, talk with Maldini, with everyone, and say, you know what, let's fucking start Benacer every game. Kessie on the bench, coming from the bench, and that's it. Playing less games. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Lucas is saying Adli cannot play in a double pivot. Man, Lucas, you say you're going to play 4-1 all season, man. You got it wrong that one, first of all. And you got wrong a lot of things, my man.
Yeah. Going back to Tonali, Pioli yesterday said that he thinks that out of all the 2000s, because that's the year he was born, he said that he's the best 2000. I don't know if he meant Italian 2000 or 2000 in general.
No, he says actually something. He says pretty simple. Find me a guy that is born in the year 2000 that plays every week for AC Milan and is trying to win the Serie A. You cannot find me a guy that plays like Tonali at that age. And it's true. If you think Tonali, maybe Jude Bellingham in Germany with Borussia Dortmund, and who else at that age is doing what he's doing in the midfield?
Well, I mean, if you look outside of Europe, I mean, you can argue the Barcelona kid. I don't know what Barcelona is. Are they fighting for the league? No.
They are 6th, 7th in the position.
Yeah. Okay.
So as much as he is good,
yeah,
he's still not being the leader. No one is counting on him being the leader and getting the job done. He's playing well. He's probably better than Tonali, if somebody's going to say, for sure. Right. And they play different position, by the way. Tonali is a double pivot, proper midfielder. Pedri is more going forward than creating. So
more a savvy kind of player. Okay. Excellent stuff. Let's see if there are any few comments here before I want to get into these Tonali. There are 2 plays Tonali did yesterday, but I want to look at with you guys because I thought they were incredible. And if he can do those plays consistently, man, what a midfielder we have. So let's read a few comments here because there are a lot of coming in, guys. Thank you. A lot of people today. Guys, like the video, guys. Help us grow. Like the video. We have a few more things to talk about here. I wouldn't mind Pedri and Milan. What's up, Zen Duplo? Hi, a part of individual performance last game. I really like intelligence and teamwork of our team. We really have intelligent players with good skills, which work well together. I'm impressed. Good. We need Red John for more negativity. Too positive, Lart. When it's too positive, then it becomes all of a sudden negative. Like today, we are enamored with AC Milan, but if they don't produce against Venezia, then all of a sudden we go back to this team is awful, this team sucks, blah, blah, blah.
Not me. I always say they played bad, but they're not awful too.
Right. Not you, but many people. Ali can't play double pivot. We'll see. Okay, let's look at these plays by Sandro. There's 2 plays I saw by Sandro yesterday that were just incredible, and I want to comment on them. and I want to give my opinions. I want to hear you guys' opinions. So let me see if I can. Oh, okay, right here actually. Right here. So basically, after the 70th minute, more or less, or the 60th minute, when it was clear that Tonali was going to finish the game, I kind of sensed from him that all of a sudden he was like, "Yo, you know what? I'm gonna show off right now." It's almost like it made him feel like he was important, and it gave him a lot of confidence. Now, this is normal in football when you kind of transition from this player that gets gets substituted frequently at the 60-minute, then all of a sudden now Kessie is gone, Benacer is gone, so now you're the next guy in the midfield that is going to be the leader of the midfield. When he didn't get substituted, it almost felt like he transitioned into, okay, now I'm the main guy here of the midfield, so I'm going to show off a little bit. And he had some incredible plays that it really impressed me. So the first one was this one here, where the timing here. So this really good dribble there, and then the pass right there. But the ones coming up, so right here, this one right here, this one in here is very special. And this is why I think Tonali can play as a cam, because he does have these numbers in him. So here, look at the timing. Look at the timing. 3 players, that player coming in through. And this ball right here, boom, 1, 2, 3. Look at the timing of that ball. That is high technique, high class stuff. This is the kind of Tonali that we want to see. This is the Tonali that we want to see for 90 minutes, playing these kind of balls, breaking defenses apart. And then here he got this foul. And then the red card. Guys, the red card. Look at this. Look at the control, the awareness. He knows there's space here, 2 players around him, the quick cut into space, and he sees Theo Hernandez do the run. He's got the channel coming up right here. And look at that timing. Boom. Look at that perfect timing, perfect ball. Theo Hernandez foul, red card. Man, if Tonali can be this for 90 minutes for the rest of his career, guys, we have one of the best midfielders in the world. But of course, he has to do this for 90 minutes. He did this the last 20 minutes.
So do you understand now when I say our midfielder in previous games, they don't do these passes? Or they lack on these passes, and we play bad? These are important passes, because if Tonali does these passes, if Brahim Diaz, Messias, and all the other players, the opposition is, struggles more, because everyone is doing a progressive passes, so you're gaining control of the pitch. Passes. Yeah, so these and Tonali, you saw these two after the 70 minutes, but during the game, he was doing those progressive passes in the midfield. So the ball he was getting the ball from Gabbia, and the ball was going to Selemakers. He was getting the ball from Kalulu, and the ball was going to Diaz. So he was bringing the ball forward. There was a chance when Diaz dribbles somebody in the midfield, and he gives the ball on the right wing to Messias, and Messias gives it to Tonali, that is basically on the box, close to the box, to create a chance. So these are situations that probably Pioli in these 2 weeks break told Tonali, I need you to do this now, because Kessie is not in the pitch anymore, Benacer is not available, and you have to step up and do these things, because these are the things that makes us win games. And every midfielder that comes to play for AC Milan in that double pivot needs to do that. Adli
has these numbers.
He has those passes. That's why he's going to play in the double pivot and do those passes. Because Pioli is saying,
imagine having two players like this doing
exactly. Pioli wants both the double pivot to be. People don't see it, but even Bakayoko tries those passes in the game. Just he's missing a lot of passes. He's doing some of them wrong. But he tries a lot of time to go with a progressive pass. There is a compilation on Twitter that shows all the passes that Bakayoko misses.
Oh, really?
And there is. They are killing the guy, of course. All the summer, he was the perfect replacement of Kessie. Now they're killing the guy. But if you see that compilation, all the passes that Bakayoko is missing, he's trying to give a progressive pass. So a difficult pass. It's always a difficult. It's not an easy pass. He's just trying to go forward. Benacer does that as well. They just need, as I say, more they play with this system, more they play with AC Milan, and more they're gonna see these channels. They're gonna be natural for them to see this channel.
Yeah, no, for sure. This is the kind of football that if we want to be a big team, we need to have these kind of plays. I like the term you use, progressive passes, passes that progress the play forward, and it's not easy to do what Tonali is doing here. I mean, this is like ultra super confidence, awareness of space, technique, timing. And yeah, it was great to see. It was so great to see. And going back to the whole thing, Kessie not being there, he is definitely filling his role, that role, beautifully. And yes, Ali has these kind of plays, guys. A lot of Milan fans are going to fall in love with Ali. Ali is a very special player. Now, Larry, you were saying that Ale is going to have an immediate impact if he comes. At first, I was skeptical about this, but I watched his highlights. I watched how he plays. This guy is a special player. Ali is going to be another Mike Magnan, another Kalulu, another Salamakers, another youngster that we did not know about that comes to the Serie A. He integrates with this team, with this philosophy that Milan is right now, with this style of play, and he's going to do really well. I think we're set up for a very good midfield in the future. And yes, if we can have both our double pivots do these progressive passes, these through balls. Ali has great through balls. If we can have both of these guys, man, it's going to be entertainment. Okay. Let's read a few more comments. Then I have one more report. Guys, please like the video, guys. Please like this video. What are you waiting for? Come on, guys. Like this freaking video. Milan won. You should be happy. You should be liking.
37 people watching, so 37 subscribers at the end of this video, man. I
Right.
want 37 subscribers.
37 subscribers and 37 likes. Okay, let's read a few more comments, and then Larry, I want to ask you what's going on in the WhatsApp chat. I know there's a war going on there, but
it's fine.
Let's read here what our friends are saying. Paul says, I agree with Larry. Bacca definitely does give progressive passes. I like Bakayoko. I like the way he plays football. I like him as a person. I like his passion that he's shown for AC Milan. I think I said it yesterday. I think Pioli is going to have headaches. Actually, did you see what Pioli said about why he chose Krunic rather than Bakayoko?
No, I think, if I'm not wrong, because Krunic has been playing longer for us, and he's done that position already, and is ready to play, for that position.
Well, so he was specifically asked why he used Krunic than Bakayoko. So basically, the way Pioli wanted to interpret the tactics, he wanted to have just one player that was a little bit deeper, and that was going to be Tonali, and then he wanted Krunic to push up the field with Brahim Diaz and help Brahim Diaz and Krunic be behind Giroud. So that's what he said in the post match. That was his decision making, and he said that if he wants to have two players that are going to lie a little bit deeper, then he's going to start with Bakayoko and Tonali. So basically, that gave us a little glimpse of how Pioli sees these players. If he wants the press to be a little bit higher, he's going to put Krunic. If he wants the double pivots to be a little bit deeper, he's going to put Bakayoko. So that was very interesting. So it gave us a little bit of insight in how Pioli sees the players. But I feel bad that the Twitter kingdom, or whatever you want to call it, is going after Bakayoko. I think it's so bad for these players. Lucas says, Lart, Ali is playing tonight. Let's see if he is a double pivot player. He's basically like Damsgaard type.
No, it's not, man. Stop it.
I wouldn't say he's like Damsgaard.
And listen, of course, Adli next season is going to play some games as a number 10, because some games require a more midfielder in that position than Brahim Diaz. But we are buying Adli to play in a midfield with Tonali, with Benacer, with Pobega, whatever is going to be the midfield. Bakayoko is going to be a double pivot midfield. It's just going to be a midfield that has better feet and that through ball that we want. There is this idea that the double pivot has to be physical, energetic. That is all bullshit. You can intercept the ball even if you are small and not a beast. It's all about how the team moves. You close the spaces, and the opposition lose the ball, and you get the ball. That's how you intercept the ball. There is not such a thing of a guard that is good at intercepting the ball. You close the spaces, the opposition loses the ball, and you go, and you have the ball. That's how we do it.
I mean, that is true. And we actually have a good example of that when Milan under Leonardo played the 4-2-3-1, where he had Pirlo and Ambrosini. So Pirlo was similar to Ali. He was using his intelligence. He was using the spacing in order to help the defense. He was a double pivot. Pirlo, a double pivot, the slowest player in the world. The guy skinny like a piece of paper. So, and that Pirlo that beat Real Madrid in Spain. So yeah, absolutely, you can definitely adapt a player like Ali in the double pivot. 100%. Okay, a few more comments here. Baka just needs to learn to stay on his feet. Yeah, you've been saying that he kind of gets a little bit too nervous. He needs to relax. I agree with that. Bakayoko in his last 2 seasons in Serie A always seems to come alive in the second half of the season. Well, now he has to. He has no choice. Oli says, Florenzi came good. Messias came good. Bakayoko might be coming good. Giroud has 5 goals and 1 assist so far. Can we say that our summer mercato has been a success? Well, we both Flart and I gave I gave it a 10 out of 10. What was your rating? You had a very high rating too, right?
Yeah, high rating. Yeah, I'm happy. Oh, I don't like the Pellegrini signing, but I didn't like any way to get a third striker. For me, a third striker was useless. It is useless. It's literally useless. Okay, we have a crazy amount of injuries, but in a normal team with normal injuries, the third striker is useless when you have Rebic and Leao in the team as well.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. Pellegrini, maybe out of all the signings, has been the most ineffective one, the one that hasn't really done it. And honestly, Pellegrini needs to go to another team, man. He's 20.
But listen, you know what Pellegrini needs? For my small experience in football, he needs to go in a lower division. He needs to go in Serie B. I'm really honest with that.
And get his scars, his battlefield scars.
He needs to get better at his fitness. He needs to get better at. He needs to get playing time, a lower level, lower intensity, less fighting. I'm even considering a Serie C league. He needs to you need a year that he plays at such a lower level that he doesn't need to break a sweat to score goals. You know what I mean? So he can recover all the muscle injuries he has, get his confidence, get on his feet, and go maybe in a second division, win, get goals, get better, and after come back in Serie A. He needs seriously 3 years to go in a lower division and slowly come back because his muscles are broken. He cannot recover at the level of Serie A, at the intensity of the Serie A. He needs to go lower intensity. But his agent never going to do that because we're talking about $1 million.
I definitely share your opinion that he needs to play. I wasn't thinking lower divisions. I was thinking more like, teams that are maybe battling for relegation or both teams. But even if he does go to Serie B, he's only 20. Exactly. So if Colombo is 20 and he's earning his keep at a Serie B team, Pellegrini can do that too. Obviously, it would be bad for him as far as career move, but maybe good in the long term. But I think right now he needs to go somewhere where he can play. And I think we all share that opinion. How is Pobega doing in Torino? Can anybody answer? Pobega is doing great. He's had, I believe, 4 goals and 1 assist so far, which is just one less goal than Kessie. Also, Pobega could have had 5 goals because Bremer, the defender that AC Milan is after, scored a tapping goal from a deflection or shot, a ball that Pobega was putting in the net, and Bremer kind of stole his goal. So he could have had 5 goals. So Pobega is developing greatly. The club has also increased the price tag for him. I think the last we saw was 40 million. So now he's up to 40 million. That's good news. We like to see those kind of numbers associated to our players. Very excited for Pobega in the future. What do you have to say about Pobega?
Yeah, I think if he's starting every game with Juric, which is one of the best managers in Italy at the moment, and they are playing good football. They play really good football. They have good players. He has good players around him, so he's super good for his development. I think he moves from Spezia to Torino, so he moved like 5 or 6 positions higher in the Serie A table in terms of level of team.
Yeah.
So
Good point.
I would say he's ready next season to play for us. Get important minutes, for us.
Agreed.
And we need to do that anyway, because the guy is not going to renew his contract if we don't put him out in our project, AC Milan project. So we need to get him back. Tells him he's going to have a lot of minutes, and he needs to renew his contract with us, and that's it.
Yeah. I am
simple as that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Do you guys think Daniel Maldini should be loaned? Yes, I think Daniel Maldini at this point, he's not going to get much time at Milan, and he needs to develop. The player needs to feel what it like. He needs to get used to the feeling of fighting every week on that pitch, fighting against strong bodies, fighting against technical players. He needs to get assists. He needs to get goals. He's an attacking midfielder. He needs that confidence. He's being wasted in the bench. He should be loaned. He needs that experience. It's the only way for him to develop. Otherwise, we might lose him forever if he doesn't. So I think it is very important right now to send Maldini out on loan. Do the same thing they did with Pobega. Bring him back in when he's ready. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Next season he needs to go. I will hope him going to a good Serie B team that plays well, plays good football, so he can actually get that ball often. Be in a team that is dominating the game, so he can do assists, goals, and have the ball as often as possible. So I hope he goes in a team like this, and that is the reason he's gonna come out. And we're gonna put Pobega in, so we still have the homegrown players for the Champions League. So, and if Gabbia goes out, you can put an homegrown. We have Florenzi as a homegrown player in Italy.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Pobega can come back in, and then Paolo Maldini can go out. Paolo Maldini is still a youngster. I think he just turned 20.
It's not Paolo, man.
Sorry, Daniel. Daniel Maldini.
Which was the young Paolo Maldini.
Yeah, true.
We were not looking for a defender right now.
Yeah, true. We're definitely on the same wavelength. Okay, so now this is the last report of the day, and it's perfectly because Amir asked us, Ronald, I want to know your opinion about this Alvarez guy. Apparently, his agent is at Milan at the moment to discuss with both Milan and Inter. Laert, what do you know about him? Now there was an article about him just a few minutes ago. Now it seems like your friend Oliver from Sempre Milan has there it is Tutto Sport, there it is. Okay, so let's talk about Julian Alvarez. Today this is the only mercato that we're going to talk about, the potential of this player. I have my opinions about him. Let's start with you. What do you think?
I've seen highlights like everyone else, so I haven't watched a game about him. And he looks good. He looks type of it's like a, how can I say it? It's like an Aguero, Lautaro Martinez, that type of player. Not that level, of course, but that is what he can be. Because he's not big, but he's fast. He has a good control of the ball, good dribbling, great finishing, but not like crazy physically. And they say it's 20 million. So the fee, the River Plate is asking. Is actually a close.
Yeah, so let's read it. Okay, so this is what we know about this player. Now, I've seen this player. I've looked at him. I've analyzed him. So I'm going to also give my opinion. AC Milan have been offered the chance to sign Julian Alvarez from River Plate. His agent, as reports claim, is in Milano. Today's edition of Tutto Sport writes that Fernando Hidalgo, the agent of the player, is at Milano. He's been at Milano since last night to find accommodations for his client. Alvarez racked up to, so he has 18 goals and 7 assists in the league for Los Millonarios and can be signed for 20 million release clause. That is a good price. This is in the ballpark of AC Milan, 21. This is the perfect profile for what this club has pretty much showed us that what they're all about. They're all about getting these young talents. 20 million release clause. Milan, what are you waiting for? The good thing that I like about Alvarez is that in a 4-2-3-1 system, he can play as the left attacking midfielder, central attacking midfielder, right attacking midfielder, and the center forward. So he can play all 4 of those positions. In a 4-2-3-1, this player would be exceptional to have in your team if your team plays a 4-2-3-1. He's a small player, technical Argentinian player. We know Argentina always produces amazing players. So he could be one of those great next Argentinian talents. If I was Elliot right now, I wouldn't even think about it twice. I would get this player right away. 20 million release clause. This player, if he continues on this trajectory, who knows how much he will be worth in the future. Right now, this is a good moment for Milan to get this player. I would go for it. I would definitely go for it. So we know that these Argentinians know their football. So let's see what else it says. It can be signed if his 20 million release clause is met, and is likely that Hidalgo has offered Alvarez to Milan, hence his visit. The RossonARI have been showing interest in the Argentine player for months, even sending a scout to watch him. Okay, there you go. So Milan has been following this player. And the good news is that Inter are not currently interested in signing the Argentinian international, which could give Paolo Maldini a clear path. Inter is going for Scamacca. So they're going in that trajectory. I think Alvarez would be an amazing purchase. 20 million. This player could become a great thing. And then if he's not, okay, 20 million. We wasted 20 million. It's not as bad as other clubs that have wasted 100 million. Or I mean, look at what Chelsea did with Lukaku. Look at that, for example. I'm all for it. I'm 2 thumbs up for this operation. I'd be all for it. Would you be happy if he comes to Milan?
I don't know, man. It's just I'm not sure. First of all, I don't believe the fact that Inter is not interested in the guy. He's Argentinian. Zanetti is Argentinian. There is a lot of Argentinian playing at Inter, so I don't believe for 1 second the fact that Inter is not. And Inter is in a difficult financial situation, so 20 million is a great deal for Inter, especially if you consider that you can sell Lautaro next summer for 70 million and put this guy to play, and you solve a lot of other financial problems. So I'm not sure. I don't buy the thing of Milan, the Inter not being interested, and I like who goes and does the scouting of these players are insanely prepared. So they know exactly, they spot if something is wrong for Pioli's system, or the guy is doing something, or the reason that he has 17 goals is because the defense is in a certain way. So I will trust Maldini on this one. And another thing is, we don't know what other players we have in our book.
The scoutings, that they're scouting.
Yeah, on our objectives. You know what I mean?
The offensive objectives, yeah. There's probably a lot. There's so many that we don't know about.
So he can be incredible, but the main guy we want to get maybe is even better than him, or it gives us other options that we're looking for. So I'll be honest with you. too good to be real. You know what I mean? Just
It-
20
it-
million for.
It does have that feeling, right? It's too good to be real, right? It does
I
have
don't
that feeling. Yeah.
believe we're gonna pay him 20 million, and this guy is gonna be the next Aguero or the next Lautaro Martinez. I have that feeling that it's too good to be true. Not gonna happen, in my opinion. So, but if Milan goes for him and makes an offer and we try to get it, I agree, because one thing we know that Maldini and the other guys, they're good at picking players.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like if a club is going to get this player, you know that they got him with intent. It's not a bet.
Exactly.
They know what they're getting, and everything that they have done so far just says that. Anyway, guys, that was the end of today's stream. Thank you everybody for joining us. Why not go for Raspadori? Raspadori, another excellent player, 100%. I think he's a little bit more, his price is a little bit more hefty. But anyway, guys, we have a match coming up against Venezia. It's going to be a very early match, so I'm unfortunately not going to be able to do a watch along because it's 3:30 a.m. here, so I can't be screaming, at the top of my lungs, 3:30 a.m. I don't think that'll be nice. But guys, we are going to have a live Sunday afternoon, right? We're going to have a nice live, a post match. We're going to be talking about the Venezia game. Let's hope that the Venezia game is going to be good. Guys, we are going to have another Milan Daily tomorrow, so join us for the Milan Daily tomorrow. We're going to be doing Milan Daily every single day up until the end of the Mercato. We want to be informed all the way through, and we want to be there the day Milan gets its new player or players. So having said that, thank you, everybody. Please like the video, guys. Like the video. It brings good luck to AC Milan. Last words, Lart.
Forza Milan, man. Always.
Forza
Grazie.
Milan. Forza Milan, ragazzi. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to have a very interesting season coming up. COVID, Lart, so far today, no bad news, huh?
Yeah, man. Looks like. Let's see. But I liked what Sarri said in his interview.
I saw what he said. I like.
Yeah, he said something clever, because he said if the Serie A and the government thinks this is a serious thing, we should stop the league for 2 weeks. If they don't think it's a serious thing, we should let the players play if they don't have any symptoms, and stop with the testing, because it's bullshit.
Yeah,
It doesn't change anything. Everyone is getting COVID, so at least let these guys play football if they don't have any symptoms.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Okay, guys. Having said that, thank you very much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Milan Daily. Forza Milan, ciao, and arrivederci.
Ciao.